a high school in my classroom, it would look like the United Nations. Just every culture you could think of. And I went from there until I was 18 to a college that was not like that at all. I show up to my school and I lived in a dorm room on the 6th floor, and there was 30 guys on the floor. It was me, one Asian, and 28 white guys. And, I really didn't think it was going to be a problem because I was like, well, I'm not racist, it's cool. But I was wrong. It was very difficult. It was very difficult to be the only person who looked like me. It was very difficult in so many ways, in ways I never would have imagined. And one of those ways was during college, I began to write poetry. And I joined a poetry club, and I was the only anything that wasn't white in the poetry club. And we had one rule. We would meet once a week, and every week you had to bring a new poem. It could be short, it could be long, you just had to bring a new poem. And so we did this every week that semester, and we became so close that I started hanging out with the members of the club even outside of our meetings. We became best friends. But after a while of hanging out with them pretty much every day, things would happen that made me feel uncomfortable. And then another thing would happen, and another thing would happen, and I realized that there was a common denominator in all these different instances that made me feel uncomfortable, and that was cultural differences or ethnicity, or it was strange, and these things can be hard to talk about, and I didn't know how to bring it up because they were my friends and I really cared about them, but they were really making me feel not welcome. And so I didn't know how to approach it. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the thing that brought us all together in the first place, which was poetry. So I said, I'll write a poem about it. So I wrote a poem, and I brought it to Poetry Club, and that's where this poem comes from. I love y'all. For real. But sometimes you make me feel dumb. Like the last time we met and she read her piece of poetry and everybody was impressed except me. I wasn't hating, I just didn't comprehend it. But I pretended like I did because I didn't want to seem slow. Being the only. Or like when my phone rings and it's somebody black and y'all laugh because my dialect is just so darn cute or hilarious or whatever you think it is. Hey, let me call you back, kid. Excuse me, miss, but Sambo wanna know what be so minstrel show humorous. If anything, you should be amused by the way I talk to you. But still, like I said, I love y'all. For real. But sometimes you make me feel dumb. So in my poetry, I front like my vocabulary is enormous. The thesaurus is my best friend, and half the time, I forget what words mean after I use them. But I gotta keep up with the Joneses, my fellow poets, my friends. Your intelligence extends far beyond the fields of my cotton ball brain. See, sometimes I'm ashamed because I'm black and I ain't as brainiac as y'all. Or I have not been blessed with the same level of intellect as the rest of you. Furthermore, due to my ethnicity, I feel the pressure to prove that I'm equally proficient at poetic composition. And I'm not accusing you of prejudice, however. Such beliefs are often held subconsciously. Therefore, I seek to write so eloquently